Hey, this is Lahsiv, and Awesome Games Done Quick 2017 is coming up, so let's get hyped with a look back at the top 15 speedruns of Awesome Games Done Quick 2016. But you already knew that.
Also, imagine your house is on fire and you have time to save just one thing. Would you save your wedding pictures and vacation photos or your family dog? That's right. Kill the frames, save the animals, always.
If you didn't know, Awesome Games Done Quick is an annual speed gaming marathon done to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. It is often abbreviated as AGDQ, and it runs non-stop for a whole week. I made this top 15 to be as impartial as possible, so I tried to pick games that you will enjoy even if you haven't played the game. Saying that, if you have played a video game that is run at this event, I recommend you watch it anyway because you will appreciate it more that way, so you'll probably enjoy it anyway. I have also grouped multiple runs under the same number to avoid having the same game or similar runs filling up multiple positions. And there are so many good runs that I had to do this a lot. Number 15 is Rockman 4 BCAS Any Percent by Garrison and Golden. BCAS owns! Why? Because of its super fast gameplay. I've always liked Mega Man speedruns, but I know that they wouldn't be as entertaining for strangers to Mega Man games, but this game is definitely one to impress any viewer. If you like this run, you should also check out Battle Kid 2, Mountain of Torment, Good Ending Percent by Spyrex. Number 14 is a tie between Super Mario World Zero Exit and Yoshi's Island Any Percent. Both these runs take up the same spot because they are similar. They are both Mario games which use a glitch that warps them to the credits. The Yoshi's Island run is by Carl Sagan, MT76907 and Real. And Super Mario World is run by Carl Sagan again, Dots are Area 51 and Seth Bling. You may have noticed that in the video they go through an exit, yet it's called Zero Exit. That's because they are using a safe strategy. The normal Zero Exit uses the same glitch, but it's not marathon safe. Number 13th goes to Yagamoth. Yep, the 13th position goes to the runner Yagamoth. He runs both Goof Troop Any Percent and Secret of Mana Any Percent. The reason I gave him position though is that these Any Percents are 2-player, 1-controller Any Percents, and that's the main attraction of these runs. In Goof Troop, Yagamoth's control over both characters is clearer on the screen, but in Secret of Mana you get a hand cam, so you see how he does it. Number 12 goes to The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Reverse Boss Order Race by Andy and Scooge. Reverse Boss Order in A Link to the Past means that you fight Ganon first. Now, I expected this run to be in the top 5, but to be honest, the first half is the really exciting part, because by the time they go from the hardest dungeon to the easiest, it gets less impressive, whereas speedruns normally get more impressive as they go on. The second half is still really great, but not as good as the first half. Throughout they pull off some great glitches, and they beat Ganon with a tiny amount of health. Also, Funny Man Paddy is on the couch. Number 11 goes to Super Monkey Ball, Expert Through Master by Bahunga. This game lends itself to speedrunning so well. The momentum system just works. Also in this event, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz All Worlds by Miles is run. This would have been a joint slot, but the latter game has bosses which doesn't really work well for Monkey Ball speedruns. Number 10 goes to Strider Any Percent by BJW and Rocky and Bullwinkle Any Percent by All for Blues. These two share the same position for being the funniest two runs in the marathon. Strider is a game where anything is possible because Strider. And Rocky and Bullwinkle is in the awful games block. It is just terrible. This video shows the runner dying from walking down some stairs.
Hopefully he doesn't die. Sometimes you die anyways like that.
Are you joking?
But these were not the only games which were really funny. So here are some honorable mentions for the funniest speedruns.
The powerful
The powerful mirror is my
mirror.
favorite item.
This is a good save. Was canceled by a jump in the menu.
I can't stop laughing.
We've made some bad choices in our time, but I think we've one up ourselves, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I think it's time to retire Team Poor Life Choices.
Number 9 goes to Battletoads 100% by the Mexican runner. This run is this high up for only one reason. Blindfolded Turbo Tunnel. I'm just going to let the video show Turbo Tunnel while I talk. The rest of the run is great too, but this was the definite highlight. The only bad part was the audience clapped during it. I mean, obviously TMR needed to hear the game. Anyway, this feat is extra impressive when you notice that there aren't any real audio cues. The toads don't make any noise. Number 8 goes to Batman the video game Any Percent Race by Just Defend, Dexter, Bad Breaks and Infestant Reach, and also goes to Super Mario Kart Any Percent Single Segment MP Race by KDV and MD Neo. These runs share the same spot because they are the best races in the event. These runs are impressive on their own, but when the race becomes this close, it is a massive boost for the excitement levels. Number 7 goes to Snapshot Any Percent by Nightmare. Maybe you never heard of this game, and neither had I, but take a look at the video and you'll see that the movement tech in this game works so well with speedrunning. Also, they have Kyle Pulver on Skype, the game designer, and Blechy is on the couch. If you didn't know, Blechy is highly praised for his commentary and interviewing skills. Here he does both by commenting on the game and interviewing Kyle on Skype. Blechy was also on the couch for Strider and Goof Troop. Number 6 goes to Casio Mario Bros. Free Any Percent by Mitch Flower Power. This is a ROM hack of Super Mario Bros. Free made to be incredibly difficult. The game forces you to master the mechanics of Mario Free, like the frog suit, and you also need to master the exploits, like jumping in air with Karibo's shoe, you know, the boot. As you can see, Mitch has mastered this all and it makes for a really impressive run. Number 5 goes to Super Mario 64 120 Star Race by Pluncation, Cheese, Simply, and it also goes to Super Mario 64 Multiplayer 16 Star by Chrism and Snowman. You can't have a best speedruns countdown and not include Mario 64. This game was built for speedrunners. The movement, gameplay style, and glitches all fit to make 120 Star an amazing speedrun. The 120 Star Race is this game's version of 100%. But the multiplayer speedrun is a hack of Mario 64 which puts Luigi in the game. This gives for a ton of new comical glitches. Number 4 goes to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out Blindfolded Race by Sinister and Zalad. It's a blindfolded race. One of the most notable runs in GDQ history was Sinister's AGDQ 2014 blindfolded race of this game. At the time, the run was only up to Mike Tyson, but now this race is to beat the whole game. Number 3 goes to Super Mario Maker Blind Race and Hard Race by a whole bunch of runners, 11 in total, so I'm not naming each one. Blind race doesn't mean blindfolded, it means levels that the runners are seeing for the first time. The blind race is the most hyped the event gets. The audience goes nuts. The courses are fun to watch and the runners are so skilled. You remember Casio Mario Bros. 3? Well, the hard race is like that, but in Mario Maker, where you can have even crazier creations. Number 2 is Task Block by TaskBot. Here we get runs of Mario Kart 64, Robots vs Humans, which is 2 tasks versus 2 speedrunners, Zelda 2, but the main 3 task runs are Brain Age, Mario Bros. 3, and Super Mario World. In Brain Age, they answer all the questions correctly by drawing all sorts of things. Mario 3 and World get reprogrammed, so if you want it to be a surprise, skip to the timer shown on screen. In Mario 3, they do a ton. They show a demo of Color a Dinosaur, Mario with Super Metroid powers, Mario versus a tank, Mario walking on the ceiling, and finally Mitch gets to play it with some crazy powers. And they program Mario Maker into Mario World, and then they let Dram play a custom level. And finally, they let Twitch attempt to edit the level. Bad idea. Now, before number 1, we do the cliche of honorable mentions. So here you go.
I know a lot of people talk about like using strength on this truck or something to get Mew. And we all know that's not true. But I can finally show it off in the marathon that it's not true. What?
So you guys are wondering where are the notes and where are they going to come from? Well, there you go. There they are.
So he's reading 2 different scroll directions at the same exact time, while the notes are also spinning. And also you can't see where where you need to hit the notes because the receptors are gone as well.
Yeah, you just got to kind of take a gander at where they are.
I got this, dude!
So on average run, I expect to get like 10 to 15 deaths, maybe a little more. And that's just how it goes. You can't play perfect every time.
Yeah, it's a very challenging game.
And he is like hopping, and so we have to be on the same page of when, like, he knows when to hop and when to end it, and I need to be able to fit the mini turbo in that time.
Here's $400 towards saving the animals, and I'll give another $100 if the keg is thrown during the...
What was that, dude? Are you kidding?
Wow, dude.
Oh my god.
Amazing. That's a first.
Never happened before.
Never. Hashtag never happened.
Number 1. You probably guessed it, because save or kill the animals is the most hyped donation incentive. It's Super Metroid, Reverse Boss Order % by Straveris, and 2 players, 1 controller by Oats and Goats and Sweetnum. Reverse Boss Order starts so nail-biting in Super Metroid because Samus gets no suit upgrades throughout Norfair, so she constantly takes damage. It is better than Reverse Boss Order in Zelda because you start at Ridley and then go backwards from there, beating the other 3 bosses, and then finish off with Mother Brain. So it doesn't have as many bosses as Zelda, so it doesn't start to feel kinda tedious, and he still needs to beat Mother Brain. And 2 players, 1 controller is even better. They pull off some incredible movement tech, and it just looks like one really great player. In particular, the wall jumps. Just look at this.
Be hype. Come on, let's do it.
Yes!
Okay. Wow.
Tons of great runs this time around. If things keep going like this, I'll probably have to upgrade to a top 20. And as always, I'll see you next time. One last question. Did anyone else feel sick when watching the following boss battle?
Been absolutely awful, but I can't actually help myself. It's just like a compulsion.